My name is Karen Asardi, and I'm Training Director at the EMDR Education and Training Center. And today I want to talk briefly about the past-present connection. So I am certain you've probably had an experience where some memories that you have quietly fade, while others feel as vivid as if they happened yesterday, very active and activating. So, for example, a song might instantly transport you back to a moment in time, or a certain smell might spark anxiety that you can't quite explain. And this experience is not random. It's your brain's memory system at work, and it's carrying unresolved pieces of your past into the present, and it's actually doing so to try and keep you safe. So we'll take a look at this idea that your brain is actually designed to heal. Just like your body knows to naturally recover from a cut or an injury, the brain is designed to process emotional experiences, so take in what's happening around you, make sense of them, and move forward. And if things go well, your brain can make sense of what happened, store the memory in a way that feels settled, and is no longer emotionally charged. But when an experience is too overwhelming, or if it happens too frequently, your brain's natural healing process can get interrupted, and those memories tend to get stuck. And they get stuck in an unprocessed, raw, and emotionally charged form. And these are the memories that cause the past to continue to negatively impact the present. And over time, these unhealed experiences can really build up, and the elements related to them can intensify. So these experiences can eventually shape your thoughts, your emotions, and the way you react. And they can do so in forms that you may not even recognize. Right? So what we're talking about here is your brain's filing system, your memory networks. And we can think about our brain as a file cabinet that stores past experiences, but not just as facts, like this happened that day, but also in how you felt, what you believed, what your body sensed, urges you had, things you saw or heard, maybe smelled. And instead of filing these experiences by date, your brain organizes memories by emotional meaning. So for example, if something made you feel bad about yourself, maybe someone was unkind to you, that memory goes into a folder that might be called something like "I'm not good enough." And later, if you have another experience that feels even slightly similar, like being yelled at or being left out, it might get filed into that same file folder, "not good enough." Even if the situations may look different on the outside, someone being mean to you or someone leaving you out, right? They might get in that same file folder because what unites them is that belief system of "I'm not good enough." Those experiences reinforce that memory network. And over time, these file cabinet drawers can expand into even larger memory networks, which are collections of related experiences that shape how you see yourself, how you respond to the world and others, and what feels safe or threatening to you. And the larger a memory network, the stronger its influence. So as a network grows with more and more subsequent experiences, the associated thoughts, beliefs, emotions, body sensations, and behaviors connected to it become more intense and oftentimes more automatic. But this isn't all bad news. And so let's talk about the difference between adaptive and maladaptive memory networks. So when things go well, memories form adaptive networks that help us respond flexibly and stay grounded. They let us know we're okay, we're safe, we're good enough, appropriately responsible, and have some degree of control in our lives. When things are too overwhelming or traumatic, and again, also happen frequently, that could be another situation, these experiences can get stuck in that unprocessed raw format, easily activated format that we talked about, and those form the basis of maladaptive memory networks. They keep the past alive in the present in ways that do not serve us. And so understanding the difference between adaptive and maladaptive memory networks can help you make sense of your symptoms, triggers, reactions, and help you also really understand a path toward healing. So let's just break down the difference between adaptive versus maladaptive in simple form. So adaptive memory networks are settled and strong. They're usually well-organized file cabinets, right, with memories that have been fully processed and stored in a way that supports you. So the information in there is considered accurate, right? It's connected to helpful beliefs that accurately reflect your current reality, such as I could handle challenges or I am safe now. These memories are often settled, right? Even if the experience was hard and is always going to be a bad thought, the memory feels complete and it doesn't overwhelm you. It's not active in real time. And these experiences are often supportive. So adaptive memory networks support healthy emotional responses and flexible thinking. So you can look back on the bad thing that happened and realize that's in the past, I didn't deserve it, and I know I'm okay now. Conversely, maladaptive memory networks are a little bit like unfinished business. These are more like messy, overstuffed file cabinet drawers, full of unprocessed, overwhelming experiences that didn't fully get sorted. So they're often tied to negative beliefs, like there's something wrong with me or I'm powerless. They seem to be stuck, right? So they didn't fully get put away into long-term storage. So they still feel raw, immediate, or as if they're happening again. They form the basis of re-experiencing. And they are often problematic. Maladaptive memory networks often lead to rigid behaviors, emotional reactivity, and distorted thoughts. And as a final thought before we close this conversation, I just want to talk about how EMDR therapy and memory networks align. And so the work of EMDR therapy is to use bilateral stimulation, so the eye movements, the taps or the tones, to help your brain unlock and process these stuck memories. We do them one at a time. We don't reprocess all the memories at once, but memory by memory, we open up the memory and reprocess it, allowing your brain's natural healing process to resume, right? And allowing these memories to be stored in healthier, more adaptive ways. You take what you need to learn and get rid of what you don't. And so EMDR doesn't erase what happened. You still have the memory in your, largely in your long-term storage, but it helps your brain actively place those memories in the past, and you get to keep the insight and lose the intensity of the experience. So hopefully that gives you a sense of that past-present connection. It forms the basis of the work that we do in EMDR therapy. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the comment section below, and do get in touch. Here's all of our contact information and socials. Thanks so much for listening.